The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, DELE Alake, this Thursday in Abuja unveiled the revised guidelines for producing community development agreements in the sector. As Clearview's correspondent Gloria Atana reports that the new guidelines are geared towards redefining and strengthening existing relationships between mining companies and their host communities as well as transforming Nigeria's solid minerals sector.
Community Development Agreements, also known as CDAs, are tools or agreements for transferring social and economic benefits of resource extraction by mining companies to their host communities. Over the years, Nigeria has had a history of recurring confrontations between oil, gas and mining companies and their host communities over differences related to the social and economic benefits of natural resource extraction, as well as the ecological and environmental destruction associated with such extractions. Beyond compensation for ecological and environmental degradation, CDAs across the world have proven to be viable tools for addressing these existing gaps and redressing poverty and underdevelopment associated with mining explorations. In 2014, the federal government, through the then Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, drafted a guideline for companies and host communities to address these issues and ensure the steady growth and development of the sector, as stipulated in the Nigerian Mineral and Mining Act 2007. However, despite these guidelines, challenges such as non-compliance by host communities and mining companies persisted. The Federal Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, in collaboration with the African Center for Leadership, Strategy and Development, as well as other relevant stakeholders, have unveiled a new set of guidelines. This time, the development agreements is meant to carry host communities along.
Today, I'm happy and have the honor and privilege to be before you to launch these revised guidelines. And when these guidelines become operational, we are going to ensure enforcement from the host communities angle and from the operators angle. And I want to enjoin everybody, the representatives of traditional rulers, the leaders of the host communities, and even members of the host communities, to stick very strictly to the guidelines, so that if there are any disputes moving forward, we will know that each party has really done its best to ensure that there is smooth operations and cooperation and collaboration between countries and between host communities.
One of the things that we want you to take forward after the unveiling is to also see how you use these documents to socialize community people to do things differently. One of the things that we told forward in our proposal is that we want to work with ministries, departments, and agencies to help transform government institutions to begin to look deeper into issues of gender in the extractive sector. And the CDA that we'll be launching today will also help the ministry to look deeper into that area.
We plan to take this message down to the grassroots, that the communities, they need to be involved, literally involved in the signing of this document, not just leaving it for the community holders to call some people into their palace and get it signed and then transmit it to us in the ministry.
The objectives of the CDA is to, 1, to provide the key elements and general content of the CDA. 2, to specify an acceptable structure of the CDA. 3, to specify the appropriate consultative and monitoring framework for its implementation. And 4, to specify the means by which the community may participate in the planning, implementation and management monitoring in the activities carried out in the CDA.
Other stakeholders also bear their minds on the best way to take the solid minerals sector to the next level.
It is pertinent to mention here that this community development agreement is not unique to Nigeria. It is something that is practiced in other mineral producing countries. And with the continuous evolution of the social economy, we look forward to future engagements to ensure that wherever the need arises, that there will be another review when needed and when necessary.
Every underserved extractive communities have been neglected over the decades. The natural resources that are supposed to be beneficial for the people are no longer. But with the community development agreement, the people are well informed. They can also participate in decision making.
As we get more investors, there will be increased activity in the mining field. With increased mining activity, there will be more agitation. And with more agitation, we need to have a more standard and refined document in terms of community development to be able to take care of the situation.
Highlights of the event was the unveiling of the revised guidelines for the production of community development agreements in the solid mineral sector in Nigeria. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.